So what's next in this fight? It sounds like it may move to the courts.
Yes, well, thank you. That is one of the options, right? Democrats who've returned to the Capitol, I'm not one of them, recognize that there is a big fight on our hands. And as these court records are built, it's going to be built over debate and amendments and floor speeches. And so, there is something to be said about having that discussion on the House floor, having those debates reduced to writing, placed in our official journal, and then the lawyers who will go to court will have information at the ready to contest these maps at the appropriate time.
Did you all plan on the spark this would ignite in other states like California, for example, who is now looking to do its own redistricting? Was that part of the early discussions when you all left?
Here's what we knew at the time. We knew that we couldn't beat this mathematically. We don't have the votes. We knew that if we proceeded under normal circumstances, maybe it would have made the Texas newspapers, but we had to elevate this discussion and fight in the national arena. And I believe we did. We intentionally discussed using this moment. This wasn't the fight. We didn't ask for this fight. This is the fight that we were in, and we're going to meet the moment. We knew we had to wake up the nation. Folks don't even know what gerrymandering is. I think they do now. But now other states who are just maybe thinking about it or talking about it are actually doing something about it. Meanwhile, there are other states that are beginning to realize that they may too have to participate in this national discussion if Trump is going to throw out the rule book and it's going to be fighting fire with fire.
Do you have a concern, though, that this leads to more voters feeling disenfranchised by the process if both parties continue to do this? Has the option of a non-political committee to represent this process gone out the window?
Well, what we know is it cannot be a one-sided fight, right? So Texas has made the decision to bend a knee to Donald Trump to get these seats. We know that there are no rules. We're not going to sit by and just let Trump take over this country by rigging elections. Let's fight fire with fire. But again, this is not our preference. This is not our idea. This is not our fight. But if this is the fight that Donald Trump wants, well, then this is the fight that we're going to finish.
One of the unintended consequences, I'm guessing, is the need to address the flooding in Texas and the rebuilding process. I spoke with a woman this morning from Kerrville. She's in the Hunt area as well and says, we aren't getting the help we need because things are so locked up in Austin. What is your message to them as you all get back to work about how this has sidetracked the necessity to address this disaster?
Absolutely. Great question. That is 100% the responsibility of the governor. The governor moved billions of dollars 2 years ago to build a border wall without legislative approval. He can move a few $1,000s or $100 million to help flood relief, help victims in the flood zone. And so that is the biggest misnomer. And again, we're back in a second special session. House Bill 4, which is the gerrymandered rigged election map, is going to come before flood, and that just shows where Governor Abbott's priorities are.
What's happening with constituents? What is some of the feedback, Representative, that you've gotten from both sides? People who support what you all are doing, but others who say you've set us back. I don't see a path forward here.
Well, I think the most important narrative that's being lost in the discussion that there are real people whose lives are going to change. There are 5 congressional districts where constituents are used to having services done a certain way, and they're going to wake up one morning and find they no longer have a member of Congress that's in their neighborhood. So we can't forget about them. On top of that, I mean, people recognize us. They recognize when they're being hoodwinked, right? They want us to stand up. Texas, we're pretty proud. We're pretty independent. We don't like people shoving things down our throat. And so most of my comments overwhelmingly have been, hey, stand up, be the person we sent you to Austin for, be our voice. Do not let them take this democracy away from us.
And anything more you can shed in terms of your understanding of lawmakers, yourself and others, being followed by state troopers to make sure that you show up and do the work? What does that look and feel like right now?
Well, I think it's 100% inappropriate. We have rules that are adopted. These are rules written by Republicans, adopted by Republicans. And there is a requirement to have a quorum, which is to have 100 people. And there is a requirement that you can bring people to the Capitol when you don't have that 100. But I don't see these extra pages in the book that now say that members have to surrender to the custody of DPS to ensure their attendance. I think that's a little bit overbroad.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.